love songs, a table for two, dancing and dreaming, just me and you. I remember the days of just keeping time, of hanging around in Sleepy Town forever. Those sleepy old back roads, empty for miles, back roads, empty for miles. Well, you can't have a dream and cut it to fit, but when I saw you, I knew we'd go together. We'd go together like a wink and a smile, like a wink and a smile. Leave your old long jalopy by the railroad track. We'll get a hip double dip, tip-toppy to see that you can rev her up and don't go too slow. It's only green lights and all rise, let's go together. Here we go with a wink and a smile, a wink and a smile. Now my heart hears music, such a simple, simple song. Sing it again, the notes never end. This is where I belong. Just the sound of your voice, the light in your eyes. We're so far away from yesterday. You and me together with a wink and a smile, a wink and a smile. We go together like a wink and a smile. We go together like a wink and a smile.
Hey, this is Jeff at Southside Tire and Auto. We're here at the 156th Great Frederick Fair. We're glad to be here. We like sponsoring the 4-H. As you can see behind us, we have a couple of photographs of some kids that we supported over the years. That's one things that I like coming out here and doing is the cake auction. Watching the kids go around the arena and see how they work with their animals. They work very hard. They get up very early in the morning. They wash them. They blow dry them. They walk them around the arena. And we like going up and supporting them and at the auction and helping them get as much money as we can. One of the other things we like about the Great Frederick Fair is all the vendors we have here, the local vendors. You guys should come out and support the local vendors. They do a lot. They come out here, set up a couple days ahead of time. They got great food. They got great exhibits here at the Great Frederick Fair. And the weather has been decent here this year. A couple showers, but it looks like there's a lot of people out here and enjoying the weather. So come out and see us at the Great Frederick Fair. We look forward to seeing you.
Enjoy the opportunity over 30 minutes just to get to visit with them and ask them about what they're doing and a little bit about the breed of sheep they got and some of the things they're known for and their knowledge. And I tell you, that young lady there, to me, does an awfully good job. She gets that sheep shown very well. The sheep, she's correct. He's not quite just settled in for. He's a little he's a little anxious. He's hot. He just want to settle in and hold his spot. He's doing better now. Actually, the longer we've been out here, he's maybe settling down a little bit for him. On the stand, lights out. She's good with her hand trimmers, good with her hoof trimmers. She knows what she wants to get that sheep to look like. I thought just an awful nice job. The young lady right there in the middle, again, very, very knowledgeable. I enjoyed visiting with her. She's got a lot going on. It's fun to visit with her. She's showing rabbits and got a lot going on. And when we first started, that sheep was just all over the wall. I mean, just kind of like feeding off the young lady. She was anxious too. I mean, we're worked up, ready to go. And I think some of that relating to sheep. But again, as she stayed out here, and that's why I walked them that last time, just to see if we could get them sheep to settle down. They've been standing for 30 minutes. It's hard to take them off the stand and then expect them to stand perfectly still. And that one has settled down for her quite well. And still very, very knowledgeable about the breed. And then we got the Lone Ranger out here in terms of the young man. And I tell you, I grew up in a family. I started showing sheep when I was in kindergarten. And we've shown blackface sheep my whole life. That's what we raised to this day. But I enjoy looking at good wool sheep. I enjoy watching them. I like sheep in general. I just enjoy it. And I've never really considered the opportunity to raise wool sheep until I talked to this young man. And he can get you excited about wanting to buy a wool sheep. I don't really know why, but he kind of got me enthused about it a little bit there. And you talk to him about what he's doing and his operation and those kinds of things. And I think he just has a a sure notion for it, and you visit with him. But the one thing that sets that young man right there, and I really like, is when we took him off the stand, that sheep never missed a beat. I mean, he'd come right into motion. He set the feet where he wanted them to be, and I like that in a showman. I think when you stop them and collect them, I have no problem with our smaller kids reaching back and just pushing them and shoving them. The older kids, I want you to put feet where they need to be, and I like that. For those reasons and a lot of others, that young man did an awfully good job, and for me today, he's going to be your senior champion out here. Congratulations to him. Thought he did an awfully good job. We're going to come back with the sheep worked up, the same thing to the young lady in the middle. Really a good showman. Just the sheep was a little anxious with her in the beginning as we got them off the stand. But great group. If you will join me, let's give them all a nice round of applause as they're ready to head out. Getting them presented awfully well and getting them to come together. There's differences in this group, a little more so than maybe you saw in the three seniors, but I still very much believe that all five of these have done an extraordinarily good job. We'll talk about them again, then I'll tell you how I like them. We'll start with the young lady on my left there. I think just cool as a cucumber. I mean, just relaxed in here with that sheep. You can see it in that sheep, the way she gets her presented. Her head's always up at a 90-degree angle at the top of her shoulder. She's done a nice job in terms of fitting and clipping on her. And then I think when we pulled them off of the stand and just dropped them on the ground and said, get with it and start showing them, she maybe shines as much as any. A time or two, maybe like to be a notch more authoritative with those feet. But at the same time, her sheep is so relaxed with her, so good. I like that a lot. The young lady right in front of her's got a fin there that, I mean, I tell you, just that young lady's excited about it, and I like that. I read that. I kind of feed off of you. At the same time, that sheep is pretty worked up, you know, the whole time we were out here, and she's just now starting to settle down, but she's still kind of fighting you with her head. It doesn't quite want to relax. Good for you. Maybe wanting to pull just a little bit much, but still, very good job. You're a good showman. Maybe not quite as much in terms of eye contact as some of the others, but still really, really solid. The young lady directly in the middle there, I mean, when we put them on the stand, she was getting with it. You come in here with a process on your mind, and you were going to do it no matter if I was standing there aggravating you or not. I mean, you knew the rhythm you wanted to do, and I appreciate that. When we got that sheep off the stand, most of the time she works for you pretty well. There's a time or two she wants to move and not settle in there for you, but very, very much so. Just a solidly good job. I like that about you. Young lady with the natural sheep there, another one that's done a good job in terms of just being out here anxious to get with it. She's excited, she's working hard, and she tickled me the first time I got through the line there, and I just said, well, how'd it go? And she said, well, I finally got this thing set up. And so I stepped back and looked at her then, and I was in agreement. She got her right. It just took a little bit. It just took a few minutes, and that's been a lot of pushing and shoving and pulling, a little more so. I just wish we'd take a deep breath. But young lady, you know what you want that sheep to do. But unfortunately, out here in the ring, every so slightly, he gets worked up and hadn't wanted to just settle down for you quite right. And the young lady at the front, the one that likes to kneel down just a little bit, solid job. I mean, you can tell this young lady has been through the ring. She knows the process. I like her mannerisms, the way she holds her head. When she gets down there, respects that sheep to show. At the same time, that sheep is not worked for 100% out here today. She's wanting to fight or pull back a little bit. I did give her a little credit because she come in the ring first. And her sheep didn't walk perfect, but the reason she come in the ring first, and we've all been there, nobody wants to come in the ring first. I'm certain all five of these young ladies stood back there and said, you go first, you go first, you do it. And she just took one for the team and come in here. And even though her sheep wasn't perfect, she did very well in terms of getting it around the ring, and I appreciate that about it. So I think a very challenging set. For me, the two that did the best job are the two young ladies on either end of the line. The one that was just a little more consistent, her sheep a little more relaxed, is the young lady to my far left there. She'll be your champion today. The young lady to my far right will be your reserve. Congratulations to both of them. An excellent job. Showmanship, I really think three of them that kind of sorted their way up for me, just in their ability to collect these sheep up through their front ends, to drive them, get them going, and I just think they did the best job all in all. We'll talk about him briefly, and I'll tell you how I like him. The young man there, I think he is the most authoritative in terms of setting feet where he wants them, collecting that one's front end very, very well. I wish that sheep would relax just a little bit for him. She's awfully hot. I think that one maybe got a little worked up on the way here. I wish she'd settle in and just cool down, but I think he does the most collected, knows what he expects that sheep to do the most of anybody in here when he stops her every time and gets her collected. He doesn't stand perfect for him every time, but pretty close. The one right there in the middle, the young lady just furthermore drives that one very, very well. She gets that one collected. Sheep looks good. Balances up well from the side. For me, she's the one that does it all, just bumping into him. At this stage, I wish every once in a while you just reach back there and grab him and set him where you wanted him. That's just something for me. But the front third of that sheep, the way you collect his front end, very, very good. The other thing, it's just a little thing for me. Maybe pull that right leg back just a little bit and get more down and into him a little bit. And then the young lady here with the gray sheep, again, I thought she'd come in and did an awful nice job the first time or two, and she does. You got him driving, you're pulling. For me, I wish we'd just get his head back and up into him just a little more, and then really get into him and just drive him, because I think you got a nice sheep there, but right now, the other thing is, the way this ring is, he's in a hole, so you just got to collect his old front end there just a little bit, and I think he'd come together a whole lot nicer for you. So really a challenging set. 3-year awful good showman. For me today, though, the young man did the best job in here. The young lady in the middle will be second. The young lady to my right will be third. Give them all a nice round of applause, if you will. They're both very good showmen, but what makes this unique is I'm confident at this level, at this stage, that no matter which one I pick, I think the other one's going to be genuinely happy for the other one. I mean, I do believe that, and I think that makes it a unique situation here, that no matter who wins, y'all both done an awfully good job, and y'all both very, very capable, very good showmen to hold your heads up. Keep doing what you do. Don't change anything for whoever I pick today. Because I think both of you deserve to be out here. Y'all beat a lot of stiff competition to get here, and are here for the right reasons. So I'm not going to get too long-winded. I'll tell you, there's one, though, that just suits me, and just the way they just get into this sheep and really get this one shown awfully well. For me today, the best showman is going to be the young lady. Congratulations. Sort through some differences in them. We landed on 3 of them out there that I kept out. I think do the best job, and we'll describe them, and then we'll get them pulled in together for you. The young lady to my left there, I think she's got the sheep, at least, that when she walks in, that one kind of grabs your attention. You're going to have to look at that one. And then when she collects that one, it probably works to her advantage in terms of her showmanship, because that sheep collects awfully good from the outside. And then I think she does a great job getting on the front of that one, really driving him, pulling his front end up, getting his head up. She's got to be careful to not pull him too much. She has a tendency to want to pull his head around, and when she does, he'll start fidgeting. And you can tell when I start watching her more, she gets a little nervous. She'll twist his head, and when you do that, that's when he slings his body around. But still, being picky on a really good showman there nonetheless. The young lady right there in the middle got a really powerful ewe-lander. She gets in front of him and drives. One is really stout, but she runs the hill a little bit. I'd love to see that young lady get just a nickel lower into her and then get her pulled up there. I think she'd come together better right there. That's a million times better right there than she was just a second ago. That sheep comes together so much better, and it's the little things like that. She does want to break in her hip there pretty good. I think if you offset those back feet on that sheep a little bit, it'll help her top line there just a nickel. The young lady with the gray sheep here, man, every time just cool, calm, and collected. I like that about her. I mean, you can just see it in her face here. For me, the things, your right leg is way too far back. For me, I want your body to come way more around in the front of that sheep so you can get way down into him. It's better. But man, you do a nice job. That one's always his front end's where it needs to be. Maybe just a tick more in terms of just driving and really getting down into him. But I do like the fact that you're so cool and calm. I like that. Just got to maybe just get a little more intense when it comes to driving that sheep. So challenging set here. Wouldn't argue with you if you like these 3 different to me, because I think all 3 of these do things very, very well. And each has places how to change some subtle things. For me today, the young lady to my far left there is going to win this particular group. I thought she did the best job sticking that old weather there. We're going to give them it over to the young lady in the middle will be second. The young lady with the blue sheep will be our gray sheep. Will be third. Really nice job by all 3 of them.
What's going on over here?
we'll start with the young lady with the market lamb, the weather there. One, as you can tell, he's not overly impressed to be out here in the ring right now. He's kind of wants to go back and lay down in the barn, and he's just fighting her a little bit. But the young lady's clearly knowledgeable about it, knows what she expects that sheep to do. Fun to visit with. She's trying hard. He's just giving her a hard time. The young lady right here with the hamp view, just solid. And I tell you, she comes in here. Somebody told her to make sure you smile before you walk in the ring, because she's got that down to a science out here. But she does a great job. Sheep's collected, good down his top. She keeps his front end good. I was kind of picking on her, make sure she keeps her line straight, keep that head straight, and all, but just an awful good job. You can tell she's probably just a little more solid day. That's why she's going to be your champion out of this group. We'll let the weather be second. Congratulations to both of them.
First place in this.
Hey, but I tell you, I don't know how you make it much harder on a judge than this right here. And let me explain to you why I think that's the case. Because it's like comparing apples and oranges out here. They both are very good showmen. They both deserve to be here. Their styles are completely different in terms of what they expect their sheep to do, the breeds of sheep they're showing, the goals of those sheep, and everything about them is just completely different. And then you watch how each one of the young ladies shows, and they're so different. I'll explain to you just slightly what I see, and then I'll tell you how you like them. The young lady with the wool sheep right at the front, I mean, she's cool and collective. I mean, she comes in here, she's a no-nonsense, here it is, lay it out there. I mean, she's so realistic. I like that about her. I just like the fact her demeanor's good. She feels that sheep in terms of when she moves. She knows what she needs to be doing. I asked her just, did you think you were going to win your first heat? And she said, well, I knew I had a 1 in 5 shot. So she was realistic, because there was only 5 of them out there. She wasn't overly optimistic, but she was a realist, and I appreciate that. But I think she deserves to be here, and I think she does so many things right. Just cool, collected. You know, maybe for me, every once in a while, I'd like to see her come around in front of that one just a little more, being hard on her. The young lady right there with the market lamb, you know, she drives that one as good as any we've seen. I think where she's at on the front of that sheep, she gets his head up, his neck's where it needs to be. Got a pretty good one to drive, too. He runs uphill, he kind of looks the part. That always helps a little bit in showmanship when you got one that kind of looks good for you. I think she does a nice job. She's not super comfortable all the time. You can tell she starts moving her hands, and just because she wants to do something, but she's not sure what it is she needs to do, so she taps the sheep on the side when she's looking at her, and she's nervous. But I tell you, I'm picking on her a little bit, but I love the way she collects that one. And showmanship to me is about a couple of things. I mean, I like asking questions here at this level, but it's flat out about which one gets their sheep shown, gets the most out of them, and gets them shown the best. And that, to me, at the end of the day, is the things that we need in showmanship. And I think both of you young ladies should be proud. I think both of you have done an excellent job. Kudos to you. Keep up the good work. The one that suits me a little bit better is going to be young lady with the market lamb. She'll win this particular drive. Congratulations to her. Both of them done a great job.
That's what music jumped up here.
Kelly, we need 8 stands total.
Trying to use up all the candy. Yeah, I guess it's just cleaning it up a little bit. Let's go get
Stop. Just stop there.
I wonder why they're coming.
Day like this, I certainly think
you get your award, and the superintendents have to approve the thank you card before you get it. First class of six-year showmen, seniors. Joshua Baker.
Like that, yeah. I'm never, like, I even met
Class, make their way down.
people for 12 years, and year in and year out, they beat me one year, and I.
you enjoy local content like this, please like, comment, and share this video. If you own a local business, please join us.